doing than micro and all that stuff, you know?
Dude, INnoVation's got certainly the best opening dance. I feel like they need to release all of those gifts and just, allow us to share them.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
But here we go, guys. Game number 1 of this best of 5 series. We find ourselves on World of Sleepers LE. In the top right-hand corner from South Korea, we're looking inside of the main base of INnoVation.
And spawning over in the southwest side as our Red Zerg. He's playing for Team Go, and he's sponsored by Red Bull. It is Reynor.
So, something to point out is that when these two guys played on the group stages, they went 1-on-1, right?
Yeah.
And INnoVation didn't ban this map. So, but against Reynor, he banned this map. So I'm wondering, does he have something prepared specifically for this map? Or he just doesn't really want to play Acropolis again and rather play this map again?
Do you think? Yeah, maybe.
It's weird because, normally as Terran, if you have 2 Vetoes, you will get rid of Acropolis and this, right?
Absolutely.
But against Reynor, he didn't do that. And he played Bio very normal. So I was very confused about that. But maybe he has something in this match that's more important again.
Yeah, maybe it's also one of those things where he doesn't want to play the same map twice. Like, if he has to veto one of those, and he did veto the other one against Serral, maybe it's just like less information, so he plays the other map, right?
That's a very good point, yes.
But World of Sleepers, this isn't a fun map to play on against Zerg at all.
Especially if you play Bio,
Yeah.
I think against like the run-by players as well, this is especially good for that. Like, going into this series, Reynor must be smiling the fact that he gets to play this as the starting map.
Then Reynor beat Thunderbird too, so I guess he's really scared of that thing that we talked about, the 3CC2 barracks play. He probably doesn't want to play it because that's the best map to do with that on.
All right, so for those of you wondering why this map is so very good for Zerg, well, first off, it's just simply the map layout, but it's also because of the third base. The third base has that rich Vespian geyser. Essentially, it takes 4 less drones to saturate the base. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up very, very quickly at this level of play. So we'll see if Reynor decides to take that one as the third, or if he will take it a little while later. Regardless, it's obviously very nice for Zerg to have. And since Terran, especially when playing Bio, doesn't really use that much gas, they don't really need it as bad.
No, and it's too exposed to take a Terran too. Like,
yeah.
Too hard. I mean, people take it, but it's really not as convenient as the other. Unless better than the other one, The other one is way better to take, way easier to defend.
Yeah.
And
much close to the natural, right?
Yeah. INnoVation is not going 3CC. He took a second gas, so he's probably gonna open BC if I had to guess. But he has some options too. But I think Liberator and Banshee play on this map is quite weak, especially if you don't do it from gas first.
Yeah, and one of the things about Liberator play on this map too, like all the mineral lines are fairly hidden, right?
Yeah.
They're on the wrong side of where they should be if you wanted to liberate harass. Right now, he's making the Hellions, he's getting the starport, very basic stuff, getting the tech lab ready too for a switch. So who knows what he's going to make from that?
Actually, I don't think it's going to be BC because you normally
it's too early, right? The
the tech lab. You normally make the tech lab of the starport right away. You don't make it. You don't swap like he's about to do. So
do you think it's... We have seen a little bit of Raven first in this tournament as well. He's going up to 200 gas already. Do you think that's an option? He actually starts up a Marine and goes for the Fusion Core anyway.
This is strange. I guess he doesn't care about if the Overlord sees it. Because you can technically just make a Marine. That Marine that he's making could be out already and nothing changes,
No, I think it's one of those things that if he gets scouted, like trying to misinformation, right?
Okay, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Because I mean, doing things a little less efficient than they should be, but passing along like false info, that's also pretty decent. Well, and that's all.
Here we go.
Well,
that's a good scout. That's a good
and
scout.
He's getting another tech lab. That's strange. It's just inefficient, But I don't know. Maybe he's doing something crazy. We'll see.
Yeah. So, do you think like the double tech lab, the second tech lab, immediately indicates to Reynor that it's gonna be like a bio transition? Like, do you think it's not necessarily the case? No.
All he can take away from this right now is there's going to be at least 6 Hellions on the map and a battle cruiser.
Yeah.
As for what follow-up it is, nothing's set in stone yet.
Okay.
He could very easily just fly that factory. I mean, barracks and make a factory on the tech lab. And he's going to 8 Hellions, I'm correct? Or yeah,
it is 8 Hellions.
And no 3CC. Sometimes I see INnoVation do Armory behind this with the BC, but he's not making any more cars, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, he didn't have a 3rd or 4th gas either.
Okay, so it's the same build that he did against Serral. 8 Hellions and 1 BC.
So Serral in this circumstance did add on the Roach Warren a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
So Reynor seems to favor, he's done it in this tournament before, he seems to favor just Zerglings and Banelings at this point in the game.
Oh, I like the focus fire from the Hellions, by the way. Trying to get the Banelings down before he commits to anything. The BC is not yet out, but that's when stuff will get a little bit difficult for Reynor to deal with.
It's one of those things that, like, if you play Baning against Bio BZ, you're obviously very happy, but if you play Roach, you're not happy. So Reynor got the good short of the stick on this one, you know? He's going, like, he's facing like a BC, but he's not gonna face mech, so he's happy with his startup.
Yeah, also really good creep spread already, right? Like, that helps a lot, especially with those queens and you know, the vision in general, just to get him in the right spot. Now, soon he's going to have to split up those queens if he wants to deal with the better cruisers.
I'm a bit surprised that he didn't go down there, because he probably could have got a few...
Oh, he was probably teleporting everything.
A little bit misfocused.
Oh, he's trying to get the surround, and he does get the full surround on all of those Hellions.
That is a real blow to INnoVation in this BC as well. He's getting hunted down by the queens. He's keeping the queens alive with the transfusions as well.
Yeah, it won't die right now, but it's not going to be able to go back in.
This is very bad. Losing the cars like this means your map control is gone.
The fire trucks.
Creep
the Hot Wheels.
Yeah, creep spread will go out of control from now on. And World of Sleepers, if Zerg gets to spread creep, it's impossible to stop unless you stop it early.
Oh, I like this. Sending the links just across the map you to see what's up. Be annoying. You know, it's just... Why not?
Yeah, he had a lot of Zerglings left over still, and on the back of this, Reynor is going to probably produce mostly drones. You blink twice, he's going to be at 80.
I think that's good as well. He was counting the Marines at the front. Just get any information you can, and if he was going mech with that many Marines, it would be the weirdest build in the world. So he's got a good read on everything that's going on here.
INnoVation is taking... Oh, he paused the game.
Reynor.
Needs a little moment here. Maybe
can we get a shout out to Mapu real quick? He's been our observer for the entire tournament. He's been doing an absolute amazing job.
Okay, here we go. So he's taking the more exposed tier base with the one with the rich drifting guys. But as I say, it's quite hard to defend for turn. But I guess on this map, everything is hard, so you might as well take it.
I think also, given the fact that he lost all the Hellions in such a tragic way, he has to take little risk to try and get back into it. This drop does come out, though. This is one that could deal damage. Which fourth? Okay, Reynor's taking the fourth above the bases. So this medevac, it's probably going to be heading for the main or something like that.
That is really good, by the way. That's the one that's coming to the turret for there.
Oh, nice tank in BC, though. Really good.
Big Papa BC right there.
Papa BC. We had Papa Thor.
Papa Thor, Papa BC, Papa everything.
The Mammoth. Oh, you have Papa everything. Everything that's big and shoots.
Yeah, it's a Papa.
Papa Siege Tank, is that a thing?
No, that's not that big.
That's not a Papa.
Good defense by Reynor, having rings already. INnoVation's dropping anyway. I don't really like this, but maybe it's good. Maybe he proved me wrong. He's proving me wrong.
I'm just going to let you solo cast this. You're way too funny. Oh, and he gets away with most of the Marines as well. So definitely a nice trade by him. Goes, oh, these Queen, or rather the Zerglings, they stack up on that depot there. So this wall kind of messing up with the pathing as well.
I really like that he kept the VC to defend that thing.
Yeah, that was really smart by him. Like, there's no need to try and harass with it, because against the number of queens that Reynor has, I don't think it's going to do anything. Always on the ball as well with that.
I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts on this. We've been seeing a lot of like Hydra Ling Bane as well. It seems like in this game, Reynor is just going to go straight up into the Ultralisks. Do you think that's better, like Ling Bane straight into height?
This is just stylistic. There's nothing better. You can play Hydra Ling Bane, it's good. Lurkers are good in this patch apparently. This is good, Muta is good. Like, they all good. It's just different styles, you know?
Okay.
You can't just say this is better and this is worse, because that's not true. It depends player to player, map to map, etc.
This is quite nice on this map just because of how big it is and getting your like very mobile army to defend against everything. And the fact that he shut down the Hellions as well earlier, like that was really good for him. So he had a bit more breathing space. Because sometimes you want to like get out the creep as far as you can, right, with the Ling Bane only. I mean, you want to get it out with as much anyway, and it's kind of hard to fight the edges.
This is a nice move. Like INnoVation's trying his best to keep the Zerg busy doing something, so they know that feel so comfortable. This is a nice place to the Papa VC to the whatever base there is. And he has 2 more medevacs there and 2 somewhere in the map, I think. Or I'm blind. Yeah, right there. Like, he's just moving his army around to keep Zerg busy, you know?
And look at his macro as well. He's equaling the drone count of his opponent. He's getting all the good upgrades. 2 2s on the way. He's got the drilling claws as well. And going up to 8 barracks. Like, this is very INnoVation-esque, where he's going to start parade pushing some point on the map.
Making mines too. Oh, nice move. Is there some banelings there?
There's no banelings over here, I don't think. So these, well, medevacs definitely help out quite a bit. There is a transition coming, by the way, from Reynor. He's indeed got the Ultralisk Caravan. He's also going up towards the Vipers. Big fan of the Viper.
What a position, by the way.
Incredibly good.
Oh,
Papa BC!
Next game.
Next game?
Next game.
It's GG.
Next game. Oh, the Spore? Okay, Spore is not that strong, I guess.
Can't believe it.
If that was a turret, man, that would be dead.
If that was a turret, everything would have been dead, mate. I love how he... when I've seen INnoVation in the past, he always loads up one medevac with the Widow Mines.
Yeah, that's a very good play.
Yeah, I think it's always pretty solid. And the fact that he's got 4 together now, he's usually very good about that. I wonder what he's going to do.
Especially after they buff the mine time, that they build so much faster. You always end up with too many mines in your army, so dropping them is good.
So a massive circling run by. Yeah, he's going to pick up a couple of those reinforcing terrain units.
And
drop.
that was nice with that hatchery as well. Got the damage done earlier with the BC. Oh, so many Widow Mines here.
Yeah,
he did
but
save all the
doesn't matter.
banelings.
He's got so many units still over here. He's actually going to try and blow up those SCVs over at the third base.
Oh, there's a tank though. There's a
Oh! Ooh.
Yeah, oh.
+2 was so close to finishing.
He killed 16 workers. How?
Well, I mean, Links and Banes are good.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, +2 was not quite done there, so the SCVs did not quite get one shot.
But given their SCVs, they have 5 more health, so you need more than +2.
Right.
They don't die with +2. They need like, yeah, they usually don't die.
Yeah, they need like +4 or something.
If we could get +4, maybe they die.
This little Marine squad gets cleaned up. That may not seem like a lot, but that shuts down the tempo at the bottom side of the map. Oh, Liberator range coming online.
Yeah, he has the 3 starports already set up.
Oh, this
Those
is
2
super
extra
good.
reactors are for the starports. He can make 6 at a time. So the transition is good, but it's a little slow because the ultras are already in play. But I think it's good enough, maybe. Oh, he made a... Nice, man. He made a second future curse by mistake. Nice.
I like that you're just smiling over here. Oh, so Spire drops down as well. More Banelings coming on the field. 200, 200 for both these guys. The creep spread, he's done a pretty good job of maintaining it.
Yeah.
And Reynor's done a decent job of re-spreading it. Okay, that Widow Mine drop that we talked about earlier as well. And this army, it's really difficult to engage with all these Widow Mines. Cleans up quite a few of these queens. And this creep spread is going to be so much harder to re-spread again. And this is Reynor in a nutshell. I get attacked, I'm going to attack you.
Oh, the tank? But this is a good timing. Well, never mind.
Yeah, that planetary fortress in a lot of trouble. This is Reynor does all the time. The entire SCV line gets picked off as well. In the meantime, though, a couple of Widow Mines.
They are just chilling. They are just chilling.
Underground.
There's too much action going on right now. Parasitic bombs land on the medevacs as well. They're stacking up. They're taking so much damage. Oh, and he realizes it's too late.
And that means a couple of those do fall out of the sky. Now the Banelings roll into that mineral line right over there. Two still are alive, and that's 41 SCVs picked off in a matter of seconds.
Wow, this went so chaotic in a matter of seconds.
They're just walking home. They killed 13 drones, by the way.
They're one of the boys. They're one of the Zerglings.
They killed 13, but look, the other one, 42. 42 is better than 13, isn't it?
Absolutely. And Reynor, he's still, yes, GG. Reynor takes a pretty convincing first map of the series, actually, against INnoVation.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it was World of Sleepers.
It's exactly like Serral against INnoVation. It looked exactly like this, super one-sided, but it's the Zerg map. It's the map that you use go into a match and you'll be like, okay, I already lost this game, let's go to the next one. Something like that.
That's your mindset going into World of Sleepers against ZVT in general?
Almost.
Yeah? It's that rough?
I mean, on the old patch, it's very difficult. Maybe things will change up a little bit on this patch, but yeah, it's one of the rougher maps out there. Just because of how big it is, how good it is for run-bys. We got to see that the bases are very compact and all together. So if those Lings and Banelings do get in, they kill everything. And if the bases are closer together for a Zerg 2, but still being very far away, it's very easy to defend with your Queens all being in like kind of one location and getting Lings and Banelings in there.
So which of the maps do you think are best right now for Terran Ben?
For Terran, I think Ephemeron's a nice map always. I think Disco Bloodbath has a potential as well. I think one of the other maps that's quite difficult against Zerg is Acropolis.
Yeah.
But yeah, what would you say, Pappy?
I really think they're all bad, but...
All of them?
Yes, honestly. And I'm not even me.
But the least bad?
The least bad, I think the least, Winter's Gate.
Really?
I think Winter's Gate allows you to play some nice stuff. And Disco is good until you hit like 10 to 12 minutes of the game, and then it starts getting bad for Terran. Because it's a big map.
Yeah.
It has some good...
Like taking
nice
like a
spots.
fifth is a little bit hard, right?
It has
That's
some
awkward.
good plays, but once... So if Zerg survives and starts playing well, after that, it gets really hard for Terran, I think.
So do we know which of the maps is going to be the second one?
Yeah, it's actually... Let me check. 1 sec.
Triton?
Triton. I don't like Triton that much, but it's not that bad, so maybe he... It's where he did the 2 BC rush against Serral.
So we saw him play against Serral earlier today on that same map, and he decided to essentially rush 2 BC south. It kind of looked like the Muslim build from back about a year ago. I faced that one on the ladder a bunch when the 2 BCs popped pretty early. And Sarah was going for like a road to link push against it.
I actually stole it because of Solar one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The new patch came out.
People called it the Muslim build.
I mean,
It was a Solar build. Well, someone played Solar and we stole it from there.
yeah. So Solar came into the chat with us, right? And he's like, oh my god, evolution of Terran, not 1 BC, 2 BCs. And we all copied the build immediately. Anyhow, guys, we're getting into the second map of the series between these two guys. Spawning in the bottom right, has that blue Terran. It is INnoVation.
His opponent in the top left-hand corner, the young Italian, second at BlizzCon. We're looking inside of the main of Reynor.
Oh, he's going pool first.
Ooh, yeah, 16 pool.
I'm curious about this one. Like, maybe he felt that he won so convincingly that maybe he's thinking INnoVation needs to whip out a proxy Rex against him.
Well, going a little bit deeper. So against Cyril, what did he do in this map? Cheese, right? Like a two starport. BC, we agree it's like a cheese.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe he's thinking, okay, he's gonna cheese me in a different way.
Yeah, there was like no wall at the ramp at all. Like basically everything was exposed. Any Zerglings before like the 3-minute mark would have won that game.
Like, against Cyril, he played game 1 macro, stereo macro, and then lost, and he played like a cheese build. Maybe he's thinking, okay, he's gonna do the same. Play stereo macro, he lost, he's gonna play a cheese build again. Maybe he's just thinking that way. He's thinking, okay, what's the most likely cheese rush? Maybe like a proxy or something.
I mean, we could theory craft this all day. I also think, like, given that he won game 1 so nicely, it's like, okay, let's see how I do when I play safe. I'm 1-0 up already in this series. If I can win it like that, I can win it anyway. It's very good for your momentum.
So he's gonna do the 6-link run by thingy. And did INnoVation go gas first? No, he didn't. So it's not that bad for him.
Yeah, it was Barracks first, meaning he'll get out the Reaper and then the Marine for safety afterwards. Yeah. If you go for the gas build and your Reaper's halfway across the map, man, do you feel bad?
You feel so angry.
Alrighty, so these Zerglings are gonna be out on the map. They should be able to dodge that that Reaper. I mean,
on the Overlord saw the path of the.
Yeah, he knows exactly where to send those Zerglings. So this is not a massive economical investment here for Reynor, but it can certainly do a lot of damage. Now there was a Marine follow-up, very important.
This is very important. This is the constant to micro. And that SCV that's making the CC.
It's on the wrong side.
Important.
Yeah.
He's gonna lose it. That's bad.
So the Zerglings run into the main base. 3 of them actually killed the SCV that was building the command center. Reaper is going to be on its way back home, but it's going to take a little while.
Oh, I like that he's going for the reactorate, by the way.
I think he can kill it. I've never seen this, so I'm not sure.
If he can get it, then it's
he
really
might get
good.
it with 6. This is very big.
Yeah. This
wow.
Oh, this is so bad.
Oh, now it's only 1 Hellion at a time, too. The great thing about this for Reynor, there is literally 0 pressure for the next few minutes, so he can drone up like a madman behind all this.
Oh, he killed another worker, man.
Wow.
Reynor's playing really good so far this game and already putting on the pressure.
2 or 3 SCVs?
2 or 3 SCVs and a reactor. And the delay on the thingy. And the scout.
Oh, is he going to go around and see this third CC as well now? Okay, that...
That's a starport, that's a starport.
This is... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a CC, but it's a starport.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty far away from the TV right now.
No, he actually tried to make a CC and then made a starport.
Okay.
That's why you got confused.
Thank you, Special. Saving my ass over here. Okay,
All
back on this side of the map, though. We've got Link Speed on the way, normal third base, creep spread is starting.
So, yeah, you brought it up just now, Ben. This is the moment where Zerg essentially does drones, right? Like, there's not a whole lot that you have to worry about. You make a couple of Zerglings, maybe a couple of Queens, but it's mostly just you being able to do whatever you like for the next couple of minutes. Hellions will roam the map here in just a little bit, so he does need to be careful, but yeah, great opener, obviously.
Oh, and Reynor's playing over speed, so he's going to be able to scout this BC built by INnoVation. That's very good for him. Considering the start, I think playing over speed is a very good idea, because he's already a little bit ahead, actually quite ahead, I think, in my opinion. So why not just play it safe, you know?
Yeah, I mean, those Hellions, they're never going to be out on the map, or rather, at least in single file for quite some time. So I love the way that Reynor's playing this, and INnoVation, we're probably going to see some crazy stuff from him to try and get back into this, because he has to do crazy stuff.
Yeah, he's making a Baneliness. I don't know if I like this too much, because if it's actual make, you actually want the Roach Horn, but since you can delay your Baneliness this game, because the cards are going to be so late, there's no way he's going to help at you.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I think it doesn't make that much of a difference.
It's also like you are ahead, so might as well be a little bit extra safe, right?
Yes. And he's going to be playing mech with the extra 2 guys on the way. So this is where INnoVation is since the start is so bad, he's not in a good position, but when you play against Banelings with mech, it's good for you.
He didn't even go for a scout on the double gas there. So I think that was maybe...
A mistake,
Yeah, he'll see it in just a sec, though. There's another Overlord coming in his direction as well. He saw the third command center, he saw the battle cruiser, so he's going up towards the lair here, and then also a couple of spores, a couple of extra queens. Very safe and standard.
Is this the first mech game we've seen of INnoVation this tournament against Zerg?
Let me recall. I think so, yeah.
I think he's been enjoying Bio so much, so this is exciting to see how he's going to deal with it.
But I guess like he realized like this game from this start playing Bio would be a little bit suicidal, you know?
Yeah, as we said, he's got to do something a little bit crazy, a little bit out there, a little bit offbeat. And as foreigners, like we get to play Reynor a lot, and we know that he did struggle against mech more than Bio for quite some time as well.
Okay, there's the Roach one going down. So he's gonna do the Roach. What the hell?
Oh, okay. Was the BC teleport? Was a little bit preemptive.
I guess he's gonna defend with Roach Corruptor, but Reynor is the one of the players that like to make upgrades before Corruptors. I don't know if that's good, but he likes that, so we shall see. I think getting Corruptor right away is the best answer.
Can he deny the base from landing? The lair just finished up. It's very annoying.
Yeah.
Oh!
Does he have nothing that can shoot up right now either?
Only the BC.
Only the BC.
Only
So that
the
BC, he's got a long journey back home.
That's annoying, man.
Jimmy, wake up!
By the way, the fact that that lair finished as it did, and he actually prioritized landing that creep with that Overlord.
Yeah.
Very good move.
These are just little things that you don't focus on usually.
So
but
painful.
Yeah, he's very high level. Okay, so that command center, he's still trying to utilize it as best he can. That's kind of cool too. At least getting the gases very quickly.
He made a little bit.
Do you think he's going to be going up to like a third BC here? Oh, Cyclone mech too to start things off.
It's because you know he saw the Banix. If you see roaches, it's risky to start Cyclone. That's the reason.
Getting
It's
that
a great
blue flame upgrade as well. Cheaper these days. A nice little buff there.
50-50 cheaper.
50-50.
Nice.
So what do you do right now, though, if you are INnoVation in this position, right? Because basically the first 7 minutes of this game have gone really, really nicely for Reynor. You saw that went in the previous one. Do you just bank on your like mech follow-up to do much better?
Oh, this guy didn't see the links. That's so unfortunate.
Like honestly, INnoVation has to just keep doing little crazy things, but also playing safe against Reynor. And Reynor, I think he had a little bit of vision there. He's going to poke forward with the links first, just to make sure that Widder mines potentially.
I think he's going to trap it with the links.
Oh.
It's so many Hellions to engage against,
Zerglings,
though.
the Zerglings. They're trying to go for the surround. He's trying to get the wraparound on some of these Hellions.
Oh,
He does
blue
manage to
flame.
get like 5. Most of them slither away.
Yeah, it was too many anyway. They had the blue flame, you know, so.
Yeah.
I think everything that INnoVation's doing right now, though, is really good.
Yeah.
Like, really good. This is getting very awkward for Reynor, despite the really good start that he had. Using one Yamato on the Spore Crawler.
Another one. We have another.
Yeah, Kira was doing that as well, right?
Yeah. That's
Juanito
good.
was getting really pissed off about it. It's like, stop Yamato in the spores.
Yamato in the spores?
I mean, it's better to Yamato a Queen, but I think in a situation like this, it's fine to get rid of the Spore with a Yamato, yeah.
Raptors are here. You gotta jump if you want to. That 1 second nowadays. Very significant, but he does get him out.
Like, if he scanned the Spire, then I think it's always worth waiting for the Corruptor.
Yeah, I think it's very obvious he's making Corruptors, to be honest.
But he didn't...
Yeah, but I think it's just obvious. I don't know.
For us, we see everything. But no, you're right, you're right.
I would never Yamato Asport, to be honest.
I think also one thing is just like, this was safe instant damage without kind of like, even if you're 80% sure, 90% sure, you don't want to like...
I guess. He's a safer player than me.
Ooh, once again, getting the wraparound.
Ah.
I mean, now Blue Flame, yeah. It's going to make it hard to really achieve much, but he's once again forcing this army home.
When Reynor's making other units, man. How many drones he has? I think he's going to make a bunch of Ravagers and attack him, man.
Just Ravaging Bane?
I think so.
Huh.
Just Ravager Corruptor. And Ravager Roach Corruptor and Link. Why? Because INnoVation went Cyclones first.
That is such a defendable Terran position, though.
I don't think he can break this. This is good when you start with Roach, but he started with Baneling, so his army is actually, his timing is so much slower.
Oh, saves one BC as well. The other BC is taking damage. There's 3 BCs on the field. All the Corruptors are falling as well. The tanks are doing so good. Look at that repair on the BCs as well with the SCVs. INnoVation holds, and he's ahead in workers right now as well.
Yeah, that was a little bit risky. Well,
not a good idea.
Not for very long, though.
I think his timing is really good, as I said, when you start with Roach and not Baneling. But since you start with Baneling and your Corruptors are late,
yeah,
you take some damage at the beginning, you know.
I think he got a little greedy, right? Like he really wanted to end the game there. Yeah. INnoVation, obviously, top tier macro. He always has more stuff than you'd realize.
And the fact that he's got this 4th base as well, and it's turning into a planetary, fully saturated instantly. Like INnoVation, he's well back in this game.
So what do you think is worse to play against right now? Would it be like that Brute Lord style, or do you think it would be like Swarm Hosts?
As mech?
Yeah. In this position.
depends. Like I think now Reynor's position is not that good. Even though you look at the supply lies this time. You know, it's not true. It's a bunch of roaches against like mech that's a decent upgrades with a 4 base.
As a Planetary siege tank, 3 of these big boys.
I guess he's gonna play like maybe try to play like Su play Ravager Limb Bane, Ravager Limb Bane, some Corruptors and Brooders. Not many Brooders though.
Yeah, but you need like 100 drones for that though, right? Like you need to like throw away so many units.
Infest is the unit of choice.
Oh, maybe try and Fungal?
I guess the Neuro is always good against PCs, but it's only 3. So.
Hellions are barbecuing the drones on this mineral line, just making Reynor's life a little bit more difficult, but he's reinforcing with a ton of them, so not too much loss. I'm just curious about what INnoVation's army is going to look like at the end. Like, is he going to start adding Thors or anything like that?
He's gonna be the exact same thing like Cure did.
On Ephemeron?
Like when Cure played against Reynor, remember?
Oh,
he
yeah.
played like a factory and just make units and try to do like make run bys everywhere and mass expand. So that's that's how he's gonna play. I'm pretty sure. We see 8 factories now, so yeah, I'm sure he's gonna play like that.
The thing for Reynor is his army right now that he's on, it's not a good one. Like, you kind of want to be able to do something right now. You don't want to stay on it, because the Roaches, they do nothing really in the long run against Mac.
So why didn't Yamato support this time?
He's saving it for the Corruptors this time, now that he knows they're there, you know? There we go.
See?
Boom. Way better.
Way better. Don't kill that force.
So it is going to be Neural Parasite right now. So how many infestors do you really want to get though? I mean, the range was reduced by 1, right? So
on the Neural, yeah.
Yeah, on the Neural Parasite. So I feel like Siege Tank and whatnot are going to be so amazing. And there's so many of them. Like, there's no Brute Lords here. There's no Swarm Hosts. What are you going to do? You need to delay them, I guess, with Corrosive Bile, but there's only like 5 Ravagers.
This is going to be very hard to stop. And, like, he's here. He's ready for this counter-attack as well.
Yeah, great job.
Like, he doesn't need to leave behind 5 tanks on that wall. He might reinforce with some of those. But this position, this is a scary one for Reynor. Because these tanks, oh, nice Biles. But these tanks get in here. It can really be hard if you start separating the rally points of the Zerg bases.
He needs to be so careful, though, right? Like, Neural Parasite can 100% change the tide of battle. He's going to try and move forward right now. Will he get the Neurals?
That is a nice wraparound, but these tanks, they are so good against the Roaches.
Yeah, tanks are good against tanks, too, though.
They are super good. In fact, these 3 Neurals came in so handy.
But you know what else is good? Papa Thor is good.
Papa Thor.
There they are.
The tanks turn back on you.
Papa Thor and Papa Battlecruiser back in action. That's like a story you tell your children.
Yeah, and you know, you got like 6 tanks, remember, defending the turbase. So I'm pretty sure they're coming now, too. So his army is actually huge.
Oh, here we go. The Zerglings do manage to get the wraparound. They are well upgraded, obviously.
Not as well as the mech, though. It's 2-2 against 1-1. The Yamatos go down. The Thors are firing strong. The Hellions are joining the fray as well to help with those Zerglings. They're both so close in supply right now. The BCs are falling. The Corruptors, the Queens, they're fighting strong. Even Roaches randomly from the back here, but the Thors, the tanks, there's nothing that can really take them down right now.
Yeah, INnoVation is desperately trying to close this game right now. If Reynor can hold for a little while longer, he's going to be in a good spot, but
I'm pretty sure he still has 3 tanks on the turbase.
Oh, once again, a couple of infestors are moving forward. They're looking to get the Neurals.
Do they have the mana?
They don't yet. It doesn't look like it.
They need 100. They don't have it.
Those are super good Biles, and he's kind of chasing down the Terran army.
Yeah, he's bled out too many units right now, I think. He overextended.
Take a look at the turbase of INnoVation, please. I'm pretty sure.
Oh no, he did reinforce with everything.
Why is his army was so small then?
I'm not sure. Maybe it was all in production. I mean,
I think they cycled over here or something.
Yeah, they used cycle over here. That was a huge mistake. If he attacked with those tanks as well, I think he would have won easily.
He did secure a 5th base behind all this, though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this game is kind of getting crazy.
Oh, one of the BCs does get picked off here. There's only one of them remains.
Oh, Hellion run by. This is kind of crucial at this point, because neither one of them has, like, a huge bank. It's decent banks, but you never want to be losing units against run-bys like this.
90 workers, though, for Inno. When do you stop?
90.
90 is like absolute max,
There's
right?
one condition for Reynor right now is that he's making a great spider, and INnoVation is starting to make Thors, but he has not that many, and I'm pretty sure INnoVation is still on 1 starport. So if he has no 3 starports, he can't really make that much Vikings or Liberators. So the Broodlord, not many Broodlords, and Ravager thing is quite strong.
But INnoVation, he's on the ball here. He's making more CCs.
Yeah.
We got like 4 Thors at a time. 2 Vikings just came out. I think the Liberators are a nice addition as well.
Yeah.
Like those Liberation zones, they can just kind of make things a little bit more awkward.
Yeah, I think they can another fish again.
He loves the double-double.
Yeah. Maybe it's for the medevac compliment.
Go medevac and advanced ballistics at the same time.
Grab 8 Medevacs, drop all 8 Thors in under the Broodlords.
INnoVation will never make this mistake, man.
Alrighty, so here we go. The Terran army has cycled towards the left-hand side of the map, and I don't think Zerk is going to get in there.
Like 6 Vikings, no?
Yeah, I thought those Biles were going to be on the tanks for sure, but the fact that he got those...
Wait, he got Vikings there?
Yeah, he got like 6 Vikings. Okay,
wow.
where do the BCs go?
And there's Broodlers, man.
That's
BCs
actually
went
huge.
somewhere else.
Oh, this is a great run by 2, man. All the army of INnoVation to the other side.
And damaging the northeast as well, denying this base. These guys are going at it.
Well, this is very big, man.
Yeah.
There's no starports to really make like good units against it.
I do think the Thors with the 3-3, though, are going to be pretty hard to deal with. I know he's only got like 4 or so on the field right now.
Yeah, but like, as long as you have something on the ground, Thors itself don't cut it, you know?
How many Broodlords are there?
It was like 10, maybe? No,
Yeah, I think it's
9?
like 8. Yeah.
Oh, this is a great move.
Oh, he actually gets the planetary over here as well. No repair by INnoVation. That's a huge mistake.
It definitely is. Oh, and these units getting caught out.
Oh, no.
Grabs this, man.
Where was he going?
If he actually fires the far right units and uses the Broodlings to surround, that'd be awesome.
Where was he going with that army? Bottom left?
What do you mean?
Like that Terran army, why was it not going back towards the
He was
planetary?
trying to avoid the Broodlers, so
Oh.
he caught like, in the middle.
One of the things that I know INnoVation likes to do when he has like a lot of tanks, he likes to kind of sacrifice them to kill the peripheral bases and stuff. But right now, he has to treat this threat and respect it because this is a really decent army, but it's also very far away from the Zerg base.
I think Reynor is overextended, by the way.
Yeah, it's very far away. Like normally you want middle map control with Broodlords.
Yeah, he should really back up, I think. Because there's a run by of mech going to his bases. And I think he needs more banelings or something else on the ground.
This is actually really good though, like splitting up the mech army here.
Oh, and great neurals, man.
The Thors, they are now Reynor's Thors, and they are dealing so much damage, taking out all the Vikings for him.
Oh, this is a great move, man. Without those neurals, he would have lost this fight again.
In the meantime though, on the side of Zerk, he's losing a lot of stuff as well. Like you can't reinforce this area.
He can't.
Those brutes are gonna have to go home. Yeah, that's gonna take about 4.5 minutes though.
If Reynor can kill this base and keep himself alive, because he's bringing the Broodlords back home, but the thing is, they are so slow.
Yeah. Like they're not even halfway, right? Like they take forever.
Workers. If he doesn't lose workers, losing the base is not the end of the work. But as long as he doesn't lose the workers, it's okay. Or the rally point of the units.
INnoVation lost 25 SCVs, by the way. He's still on 77.
He has a million command centers, so that's very big.
It's very, like his income, it's still pretty darn decent. In fact, they're both neck and neck in terms of income. 2k minerals each and like 1k gas per minute.
Those Broodlords take so long. They finally crossed the halfway point of the
Oh,
map.
those infestors got shot from the tanks on the low ground and kind of getting picked off by the tanks, but just keep most of them alive. But that's one of the things about Broodlords. You go for middle control, not edge control.
Oh, once again, using those corruptors with their spray ability, that base will certainly be gone.
No repair or floating away either.
Oh, it was up here.
Oh, that was a command center, right?
Yeah, it was just a command center, yeah.
Oh, really? I'm blind, sorry.
It's okay, I messed up earlier too. Oh, barbecue. At this point as well, you really can't afford to lose the drones. He's down to 45. His income, INnoVation, again, he's fighting such a good game.
Yeah, INnoVation is really good at expanding. Look at him, man.
Yeah.
Like he lost 2 bases, he made it immediately again.
Yeah, you brought it up earlier, right? Like you kill one base and there's like 2 more where they came from.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty ridiculous. He's had a lot of command centers here for a while. Now Reynor is going up towards a much stronger army, right? Like this is much better than his previous maxed out state. You were talking about it like it was like roach based. Yeah, it looked pretty good, but you know the supply counts were certainly a lie. This is really powerful.
And this base died like literally 30 seconds ago, and there's a new base already there. But this is nice positioning. Oh, this is great by Reynor.
Wow.
They poop with the corruptors. Very good.
No, it's puke.
Ah, puke. Okay, yeah. That's true, it's puke.
82 workers against 47, though. It does mean that their supplies are a bit deceiving because Reynor's army is still quite a bit bigger than INnoVation's, and it's very hard to deal with.
He has how many infestors at? Like he has
8 or so? 8 infestors?
This and
13 now.
Wow.
That's 13 units are yours that shouldn't be yours, you know?
Yes. And even though this is a scary amount of Thors...
Ooh, a couple of brutes get picked off for free.
It's, like the Liberators are good for keeping the infestors at bay, but if you do neural the Thors, they kill the Liberators now so fast.
Yeah. Need to be careful.
Yeah, you have to be super careful.
Oh, this is such a weird choke point though for Zerk, but he does move forward, manages to get the neural on a whole lot of those big, well, what are they, Papithors?
Papithors, well, your Papithors are mine now, man.
Your army is my army, and I will kill my own army over here. Reynor takes a decisive win in this engagement. The Broodlord still reigns supreme, and he is marching on. How does INnoVation recoup after this one?
He lost too much, I think. He's quite broke. He has a lot of workers, but he has no bases, because Reynor did a good job of killing all of them with like corruptors and stuff like that.
How do you beat this guy? He is playing so well, out of his mind. I know he had a really good start, but it felt like INnoVation really got back into the game.
Yeah.
And right now, he's back to his natural here. More Broodlords are being morphed. Roaches and Lings are being made. Reynor, he has only one intention right now, and it is to kill INnoVation.
We've seen a lot of Viper usage from Reynor this tournament, but he shows us that the Infestor certainly is still very useful as well, showing us multiple ways of dealing with this kind of army, and I'm not going to lie, this is extremely impressive here. Really well done.
I'm kind of curious why he's not going into the natural with this army. Maybe he's just like respecting INnoVation, thinking he still has a lot.
Because if he just kills the bases, he wins. You know? What is INnoVation going to do? There's no reason to... Oh my god, he's still there.
Wow.
And siege them.
Sieging the Liberators against him.
How do you
They're
like
killing
it
the
now?
fools. An INnoVation GG. Astonishing play by the young Italian.
I love how he immediately knows the hotkey as well to siege up the Liberators.
Well, he plays off-rate a lot, so he should know.
Yeah, but it's just kind of funny, you know, like he neurals and immediately sieges, doesn't have to double check at all.
Not bad.
If you're a Zerg and can actually utilize Infestors really well, like even though the Shroud isn't the best spell right now, Fungal and Neural are still ridiculously good. And against Mech, every unit that you take advantage of, or rather take control of, that's removing 3 supply at least from your opponent, 'cause it's going to be either a tank, a Liberator, or a Thor.
Yeah, makes you wonder why they even need a third spell, right? Like,
maybe that was Blizzard thinking too. Let's remove that other one, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So what do you do differently there as Terran? Like, every single time it seems in the late game that they die to certain spellcasters, right? Like, I know the common question is like, do you add on ghosts?
No,
is that a good option at all?
No, not in this game. I think he just needed more Liberators, you know?
Yeah.
I mentioned it, the 3-star port was late, and that's why you need Liberators to stun out the Imbustors, you know?
Okay.
And we can't forget that that early game went pretty bad for INnoVation. You know, like he lost his reactor, he lost a few SCVs against the Lings. Like it started off pretty dicey. He had to do something a bit crazy. He went for the 8 factory play, and it looked pretty good for a while. But you have to deal with those infestants in some way. Some people like to get tanks and focus fire.
Tanks are good too.
But the likelihood, it requires a lot of micro, because any self-shot on yourself with the Broodlings, you just deal so much damage. So you need a real good mix of units, because you need to respect everything. The Broodlords can kill you, the Infestors can. So keep the Infestors at bay with tanks and Liberators while the Thors move slowly forward.
Well, like we watched Cure play, even though it was against a different composition, he was doing the same thing, but with mech Rombais. He was making Liberators, Vikings, tanks, Thor, and some Hellbats. You know, you need like a mix of those units to beat this army.
I gotta say though, I'm really impressed with the way that Reynor has improved over like the last year or so, right? Like when we talk about players that have improved a lot, I think names like Time come to mind, but Reynor in particular has become ridiculously good.
Special.
Used to be, special too, man. Special top tier Terran player. No, but like, like you brought it up earlier, Ben. Like he used to be very well known as that mid-game Zerg player, but nowadays he seems to be like top end in every single stage of the game.
Yeah, a lot of us looked at Serral as like one of the perfect like all-round plays. You know, like he's 10 out of 10 across the board. And when you looked at Reynor, it was like, yeah, he's definitely 10 out of 10 early game, mid game, maybe late game. Like there's some Infestor usage that could definitely be thrown out. But man, how well this young man has rounded himself out.
Much better. Like he's actually got the killer instinct. There's something that like he's got that I don't really notice too much on Serral. I'm not sure exactly. Like it's hard to pinpoint.
I don't want to be making early calls, but the fact that Serral did lose to INnoVation right before this. And I know people have been like, hey, Reynor beat Serral one time, like he's the better one now, but they are so neck and neck between each other. Like, they're so skilled.
Okay, so we're playing on Disco, man. Oh, sorry.
Alrighty. So here we go. Top left-hand corner of Disco Bloodbath. From South Korea, we have the machine. He's known as INnoVation.
And spawning over in the bottom right side, sponsored by Team Red Bull, playing for Team Go. It is Reynor.
So as an INnoVation, what do you think? Like, game 1, he went hatch first, right?
Yep.
And in game 2, though, you have to remember, he went 6 links of 16 pool. So you have to be a little bit scared. Oh, well, this is what you do.
This is what you do. Like, honestly, whenever you go...
Ripple rack.
Whoa, 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 whoa. And if you're wondering why you place the third racks a little bit away from the two racks, it's because if you do get scouted by an Overlord, you hope that the Overlord only sees two of them, and then it reacts a little bit differently.
Yeah, you want to go 2 queens rather than, you know, the spine crawler. Anyways,
I don't know. Every time I do this build, I think it's pretty trash, but we'll see. I honestly think, and I asked...
It will be scouted so quick, though. He sees the SCV. Yep, there you go. That's it scouted, right?
I asked Solar about it, and he agrees to me that it's not that good, but maybe my micro is not that good, so we'll see.
I'm
actually a little surprised that INnoVation ran so far forward with that SCV, because normally people like to keep it until the last moment. Here, though, with these... Oh, is he...
Ooh, did he see the third barracks? I don't think so, right?
Well,
no.
the thing is, he can see the SCV coming with the thing, and he's reacting the same way that you should react against. Like, he already committed to defending in the low ground, you know? So he can't go roaches anymore. And he knows he sees the third SCV, I think, coming.
This
so
is...
It's going to be a micro game.
Yeah, it is. And it's going to be rough. Like, if he... Well, this is going to be fair... That was a sick drone drill. He got so much damage on that first Marine, but he does micro back, pulling back a lot of his red health drones as well. But INnoVation, if he can start getting a bunker done on the high ground, but he can't. The creep's stopping.
Ooh, he does get it up somehow, some way. Anyways,
out,
there's a lot of Zerglings now as well. Yeah, he can just target fire down the bunkers. Doesn't even need to kill the SCVs anymore.
I think the SCVs is a better choice with the drones and the Lynx tank a little bit.
Yeah.
This is the perfect... Well,
there's a spine. There's a spine going to finish in a sec. 2 queens are going to pop as well. What are you going to do? Both of the SCVs are gone. This is held easily. Very clean.
This is so rough. Reynor holds in fantastic fashion. Look at his drone count as well. 19 against 17 against the 3 racks.
Well, what happened to the win rate of this build? Doesn't lose, blah, blah, blah.
Memes.
Zerg players get better, I guess.
Yeah. You guys are liars, man.
Well, I think there was maybe some hidden patch change in the bunker, you know. I think they've changed it a lot of times.
Yeah, like the target firing of the SCV and whatnot. Yeah, fair enough.
To be fair, though, that first Overlord did go for it.
Yeah.
And he scouted it very early on.
If
and
you
he
don't see it,
very well.
it's a disaster.
And it is fairly far away as well. Let's be super fair to it.
You get something. But obviously now the command center is very late, right? And we once again go back to the state in the game where Reynor can drone.
They got good parties that Reynor has no link speed for a very long time, because when you defend like this, you stop mining guys, obviously. So he has very, very late link speed. That's the only good part about this. But other than that, there's nothing else good.
So buff bunker build time?
Maybe.
5 seconds.
What about SCV cannot be shoot when he's building a bunker?
No. That's terrible. What if you can control where the SCV goes?
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
Because right now it's complete RNG, right?
Yeah.
Complete RNG.
That's like very little RNG in StarCraft. That's like one of the few ways.
Yeah.
Kind of makes it exciting, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine, like, if you can actually micro the guy, like, because you can micro a little bit when you hop it on and off again, but obviously the point that it goes to, INnoVation behind all this, by the way, he's going for 3 CC.
Yeah, it has to do something like this.
Yeah, because you can't play 2 base from this. You've already got your 3 barracks up. You've already got a lot of your infrastructure.
And he's gonna go by the way. I think. Meetings.
It's just such a rough spot to be in. And I mean, you know, if this was a ladder game, I'd have been like, oh, didn't work. Like, I'm out of here. But the fact that he's
already.
Oh,
next game, let's go.
I'd be feeling like I am at such a disadvantage now. But this is INnoVation. His life is on the line. Like,
well, he still has the lower bracket, right?
Well, yeah, he does. But do you really want to be hopping down to the lower bracket when you can just get to the winner bracket, or rather,
of course not.
grand
No
final?
one wants to go there, right?
Yeah, this is a beautiful situation though for Reynor, right? Like he defended every.
What the hell are they?
You've never seen them?
It's like 3 specials.
They're like the little kids of the one in the center.
Nice. So he's making impact. He skipped Hellions, like all the Hellions. He's playing super greedy, like any kind of like baiting, and he's adios. But I guess this is the way to play when you're like this behind, you know?
Oh.
This is just, it's such a rough spot for INnoVation because he's going to be playing blind for quite a while, but he just has to go as greedy as he possibly can. But it always makes you a bit susceptible because when you start seeing Lings like this, it's like, okay, I'm 1 second away from this being like a large amount of Ling Bane or something coming and smashing me.
Like there might be like 7 roaches coming right up that ramp in a sec.
Yeah, you walk a fine line of...
oh my god, like even look at Reynor upgrades, they're so fast compared to...
Yeah, he's already up to 50 plus workers as well. He'll be fully saturated on 3 bases before Terran is going to be fully saturated on 2.
I kind of like the fact that he moves out with the Marines before the medevacs come.
Yeah.
Just to like see what he can clear out, a little bit of scouting here and there. And that 3rd base does land now, so you can start macroing up fully on those 3 bases, start saturating all the mineral lines. It's just such a rough spot to be in.
It is a rough spot. Bailingers coming out. Is there a layer on the way or not? Right now, not yet, I think.
And look at the timing of this run by as well.
Oh my god, this feels so bad.
Just as the medevacs load up. And I mean, he's probably going to be able to clean these up, but he's going to lose a few SCVs doing it.
A lot. And he loses the Mariners too, so it's really bad.
Okay, 4 SCVs. And what's on the other side of the map?
Yeah, those 2 medevacs are going to arrive. Completely uncontested, actually.
Nice
I mean,
sport
there's 1 spore, but...
The Marines are unloading on the low ground. That's not what you want.
Oh no!
Oh no, the medevac. Oh, keeping them alive, but taking any hull damage on those things just kind of prevents you from further harassing.
Yeah, and INnoVation is only on 2 racks. Remember that it's not the normal 3 racks.
Okay, one thing he has done really well though, this work account from 44, or rather 47 to 52 right now.
Yeah.
INnoVation's one of the only guys that I know that can like almost catch people up. It's almost like he can chrono boost his SCVs. He's so good at it.
Yeah, Reynor actually did make quite a lot of units there. He actually probably made a little bit more than he needed. Now, obviously, he's still going to be able to follow this up with drones here shortly, but he's making a lot of stuff. Does he want to push here? Maybe one like +1 melee?
Yeah, 1-1. I think 1-1 some Bailings and go. I'm not even joking. He might look terrible, but it's going to be...
He already finished +1 carapace, right?
Yeah. His upgrade lead is quite big.
How many tanks do we have?
0.
He has been trying to produce them for a little bit of time.
No, we have 0.
0. Because this can be kind of a bit problematic if you have a tank on the high ground there.
Yeah.
Is there a lair at all?
Yeah, the layers on the way, I saw it.
Just finished.
Okay, I was going to say.
Wait, what is those buildings?
Okay,
Infestation pit.
Hydra.
Okay, we're going to lurkers, I guess.
Wow, he's going to try and beat INnoVation with 3 different styles in this this series.
I
That's
mean, he's super
confidence.
ahead this game, to be honest.
It's almost felt like he got ahead most games, right?
Yeah,
Second
game 1, he killed the Helens very well, remember?
Yeah, and game 2, we got the Lings in with the pool first, so he's just been kind of stomping around at the start of the game and then just holds up his advantage, which is also a testament to how good he is.
Once again, a massive circling run by. Still got units at home as well to defend. Siege tank should be picked up here. A lot of SCVs are going to die too, and it looks like the units, in the meantime, over at the 4th of the Zerg are already
has to
gone.
come back home.
You have to boost medevacs to defend run by, you feel terrible.
Oh, yeah, because he needs those out on the map right now. By the way, 2-2 hasn't been started yet for Reynor, so that's like the one slip-up that we can possibly talk about. But everything else has just been going so well for him. 11 drones here. He's feeling comfortable. And actually, the 2-2, it just starts.
The attacks are so late. What can you even if there's low Banes?
Yeah, Centrifugal Hooks is going to finish in just a little bit. Baneling speed 15 seconds away, as you can see on the right-hand side of the screen. And that's going to roll them forward.
For the upgrade, I guess?
He's going to come in from multiple angles, I think, here.
There we go, the upgrade just finished.
Lurker Den, Hive, he's going for everything right now.
I love that he's going for a big attack here while making 10 drones while doing this. He's just asserting dominance. And the fact that he killed that 1 tank earlier, like if that tank count stacked up, this kind of thing would deal a lot less damage. The Lurker Den starts as well. Oh! Gets quite a few Marines there, but a decent pickup from INnoVation. Trying to make a wall here against the run-bys, but man, look at those massive red blobs on the minimap. Like, I'm worried for INnoVation. And it feels like Reynor's just going to wait until he goes out and then attack him from the inside.
How is he ever going to secure a 4th like this? Like, he's trying to really, like, put on as much pressure as possible, but the main and the natural are going to run low pretty soon here. Like a minute or 2 from now, like he's going to run out of money. What are you going to do?
You know what's the worst thing? When you feel you need to make Liberators to try and get some, like, map control against Ling Baneling. Because obviously one-shotting those units, it sucks, but what else can he make that isn't just getting picked off around the map?
Yeah, this drop is nice.
Yeah, he does manage to get 2 medevacs inside of the main base, completely uncontested. Hive upgrades, though, are coming up as well. We see Adrenal Glands, we see the Seismic Spines upgrade as well.
This is a nice position with the Marines. Oh, he does actually stop that Hydralisk upgrade at the last second there, so that means that Hydralisks are far less mobile. His +2 is coming online as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Reynor doesn't really care too much at this point, though. He's going to morph them into the Lurkers instead.
It's going to be 2 medevacs with 2 Labradors, you know?
Yeah, it's...
Labradors?
Labradors.
Like the dogs?
You know time? That's how he calls them, Labradors.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
INnoVation, by the way, uncharacteristically, he's been at 157 out of 157 for quite some time, so I think the pressure's getting to him a little bit. And this is a lot of Reynor right here. The siege tanks are sieging up. In fact, great splits by INnoVation. Even a tank further back as well does start picking apart this army, and it's right before 2-2 finish for Reynor as well.
Oh, man. So 10 ranged Lurkers right now, though. Extremely powerful. Extremely helpful to help defend, but INnoVation is getting something done now.
Oh, well.
Getting these queens will be huge.
This just got a little bit hectic, like too hectic for Reynor's liking.
He's losing way too much, though.
He is, but Reynor's super rich there, you know?
Yeah. Oh!
Gets the medevac as well. Behind all this, has he got a 4th base landed? No, it doesn't look like
No,
it.
he's still on 3.
He never even made a 4, I think. Like,
No, he doesn't have a 4th.
he's been too poor. He's going to even. He's gonna do drop. I know him.
You know him.
I know him.
Yeah, he's running out of money though. Like he really doesn't have a lot of minerals anymore.
Oh, and there's a lot of Reynor at the north side of the map too, and this is a great run by Squad.
Making moon brainies. I like that.
Okay, the next upgrades for the Lurkers are starting.
How are you gonna push into lurkers?
Oh.
Like they're so incredibly good defensively.
And he's going to make it even more difficult for him as well. He wants to deal with those rocks. Oh, tried to float over the main base. It looks like all these SCVs are exposed. Reynor dealing so much damage, but drones are going down somewhere as well. So INnoVation, he's fighting back somewhere on the map.
What happened to those lurkers? Okay, they're still set up. Yeah,